America's a pretty great place to be, though.
It's true.
It's great. I mean, I've never been to another country at all, which is
Really?
never been out of the country. Been to
Not
Hawaii.
even Mexico?
Nope, never been to Mexico.
Dude, we need to go to Mexico.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I feel like doesn't
Get
really
Emily
count
on the
though.
line and let's
Mexico
look
is
up a
basically
trip.
just tourist America.
Well,
I mean, if you go to a resort and all
depending
that.
on where you go, but I mean, if you go to Cancun,
I'm not
it's
going to go
very
to the streets of
Americanized.
Mexico with you.
Well, no.
Go get some experimental procedures done.
I mean, I've been to Tijuana, I've been to Cancun. Those are the only two places that I've been in Mexico. But I mean, I've also been to the Cayman Islands. I've also been to Jamaica, Montego Bay and Negril. And I've been to Canada. Wait, have I been to Canada? No, I haven't been to Canada. My brother went to Canada. That was my bad. My bad, guys. Trying to say I did shit that I didn't even do.
Well, but from what I hear, we've got it pretty good here in America, and
Yeah, no shit. The water in our toilets are cleaner than a lot of people have around the world.
yeah,
Like, it's insane. And people want to bitch about little frivolous things, and it drives me crazy. It really does.
yeah,
It really, like, I think exposure to, other countries and traveling makes you really appreciate what you really have. And I don't know. It drives me nuts that the people that think that, this country is going to shit and we're ruining America and all this other based on just bullshit arguments. It drives me nuts, dude. It really
yeah.
does.
The divisiveness of everything in this country
Yeah, man.
when we have so much going for us,
Yeah, exactly.
but we choose, at least a lot of people choose to just fight about stupid shit.
Yeah.
But we do have it pretty good here. I think one thing too, I mean, we're a country of immigrants. I have a guy that I work with now he's from India. He was born in India, but he's lived in the States since he's like 3 years old, but he obviously has
Is he a dreamer?
ties to India. No, he's legal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he's legal. But, so he doesn't have an accent or anything. He's grown up here, but he goes back to India every once in a while, and he's told me some of the craziest stories just of people that he knows. And
yeah.
I mean, he actually owned a sandwich shop that was one of my customers, and so he quit to come work with us. And a lot of Indian people in this industry, in the restaurant industry, and stuff like that. And,
Oh yeah.
actually, another guy who owned one of these sandwich shops just went back to India and got murdered.
Damn. That's not good.
So I personally know this guy, and he went back to India, and they found him on like some train tracks, and they said it was a suicide, is what the cops said or whatever. But the more that he's found out, and the more that people that know this guy have found out, it's very clear that somebody killed him. I mean,
Jeez.
and he talks about all these people that he knows, and he's a really level-headed guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like drugs are very prevalent over there. The cops are super corrupt. Like, if you get in trouble with the cops, it's do you have enough to bribe them with or not?
Yeah.
Whether you're going to get charged or not.
Yeah. Well, I hear the culture of rape over there is super out of control. Like, these guys just think they could just do whatever.
The culture is just
and
totally
it's not to say that rape doesn't happen in any other country, but like there, it just seems like there's
no repercussions.
It's way more common than. I don't know, man. America's got its freaking problems, but I mean, if you look around the world, there's lots of other places that have way more problems. Like, dude, you live in China and you say the wrong thing, you're going to jail just for simply saying the wrong thing. The freedom of speech that we have, the first freaking amendment that we have,
freedom of speech, freedom of the press, all of that.
It's so great, even if it's speech that you do not agree with. You still have to come back to the very fact that you're able to speak that without not necessarily without repercussion, but without repercussion from your government.
Yeah, from the authorities or the law.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to say that, if you walk into work and try to say whatever you want, it's not to say that you're not going to get fired, because that's a, private organization and they can do whatever they want with that, But, you go out into the public street and say whatever you want, the police aren't going to come arrest you. You're not going to jail. Like, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think that perspective is super important for people, though. Like, just stop, take a breath, and realize that you're living in an amazing place to live.
Yeah.
And all this divisive arguing isn't getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
And the sky's the limit if we can all just be respectful of each other.
Can't we all just get along?
And to be
Can't we all just
knowledgeable of what you're talking about and not just follow rhetoric.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
I encourage people to change their perspective, or try to, if you feel like they're one of those people who just follow a rhetoric.
Yeah, and people really need to stop.
Which I've been guilty of many a times.
I think we all have at some point. I mean, and also people need to stop putting so much of their time and value into other specific people. Like, does that make sense?
Like, stop worrying about, worry about yourself.
Well, like,
or what?
Well, worry about yourself, but also
or like Donald Trump, or
any
like the Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly. That's who I was thinking of. Is the freaking Kardashians, who do, from what I understand, don't do a damn thing.
Yeah, they've just marketed their way to success.
They market their asses and how they look, and people follow them like they're gods. And I'm like,
I just don't understand it. How did this happen?
What are you doing? Like, how? Focus on your own life. Why are you building these people up to be these? Basically these gods. Like I said, like these. Prominent figures that you want to try to follow, and it takes such a control on their own life to the point where they're just simply following these people, and they're following their every waking moment and move, and anytime they tweet something or post a video or whatever, they freak out and they're like, oh my God, this is something new about, Kim Kardashian and blah, blah, blah. And I'm never going to understand that mindset. I never will. I don't know. I mean, there's people that I love in the world, like, Dave Grohl, Richard Branson,
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Shout out Rogan. That's why we're doing this.
Honestly, Rogan.
Not all why we're doing this. But.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the only one, but dude, that guy, I don't care what you say, he is a huge inspiration. Like, just
absolutely,
the things that he says, the people that he talks to, and he's very level-headed. He's open-minded,
honest,
he's freaking hilarious, and yeah, he is.
It's not like I'm fact checking Joe Rogan, but.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
genuine.
His whole
that resonates.
I think what his whole mindset boils down to is just like, do what you want, do what gives you meaning and gives you some sort of purpose in life, because that's ultimately what's going to make you happy. And don't just conform to the normalcies of society if it's making you miserable. And I love that philosophy, because I feel like everybody should follow that. But we all get trapped. We all get trapped in these lives that, we start a family and we can't quit our jobs because we have to maintain the health insurance and maintain the salary, and you're just not. And not to say that it can't be done, but you're just at such a less advantage to be able to do what you really want to do out of life. And then at some point, I love the philosophy that it's never too late to do anything, but at some point, it really is going to be too late to do, several things that you probably wanted to do. If you're 80 years old, you're not going to be able to go back and try to make it to the NFL or shit like that. That's a very extreme example, but yeah, it's things like that
Yeah, when you're young, it's like you don't realize that you could let life pass by you. Like
Yeah,
we're 29, that's young, but
absolutely. I'll be
in 10
30
years, it's
I'll
not
be
gonna feel
30
so
this
young.
year. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be 29. You'll be 30. I'll be
Yeah.
30 next year.
Yeah, and I mean, and I actually talked to my grandma today.
Nice.
She's shout out to grandma. She's turning 84 on the 14th.
Nice, dude.
And she's still kicking it. I mean, she's been to the doctor the past couple weeks, and she's having trouble walking. But they basically just said, "Hey, walk with a cane, and you should be fine." Which, I mean, at her age is freaking great to be in that kind of health.
Absolutely,
I mean, that's
dude.
84. That's almost 3 times our entire lifetime that we've lived.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude.
I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah,
A lot of things can happen.
but there's not an old person out there that wouldn't say that it hadn't gone by fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and from what I know,
I mean, I don't know that, but
from what I know,
I assume.
well, yeah, and my grandma said, I was like, my grandma was talking about it, and and she was like, yeah, I gotta use a cane or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'll probably be there one day, and she specifically said this to me. She was like, it's gonna be a long time before
Really?
you have to do that. That's what she said. So
Well, hey,
I
it's all about
appreciate
perspective.
appreciate that, grandma. But yeah, I mean, just to be in that kind of health at that age is freaking fantastic. Because she said everything's good with her. She got all these tests done, and she's still kicking it. So,
That's awesome, dude.
yeah.
Don't you love-
She's the only grandparent I got left. So
Yep, I got one grandma left,
yeah,
which thankful for. It's crazy to talk to your grandparents, though. And just to see how much this world has changed since they were our age.
Oh yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get my grandma in here. I'm gonna do a podcast with her.
Let's get both our grandmas in here.
Because that would be so cool. Let's get them to smoke.
We have to feed them some brownies. That'd be bad. You don't.
yeah.
You don't want to get high with your grandma,
Yeah. You don't want to put that on her lungs. But yeah, have her eat half a brownie or something like that. I don't know. I think it'd be funny. There's an actual video of this guy that has these 3 grandmas smoking. And they just.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh,
yeah.
it's so funny. I love it. Very, very awesome.
Weed. Shout out to weed.